All right, guys, you ready for this?
Get to the shopper.
This is the BRG Podcast, episode 43 for October 31st, 2016. Happy Halloween, everybody! This episode is brought to you by our wonderful patrons over at patreon.com/BallRocketGaming. Please go on over there and donate if you can. We love you very much for it. Hi guys, welcome back. I am your host, Warp Jester. And of course, as always, by my side, or well, technically below me, is good old Kira. Yeah. On the
You
screen.
said blow me.
Okay,
all right.
Jesus.
Oh, God.
Hi,
Hello,
Kira.
everybody. Hi.
And as you guys can see, you got somebody between us here, Yankee Vader.
Hello.
So, Yankee is actually somewhat of the old guard for BRG. You've been, God, when did you join? Well, you were around for TBA or
playing on the. Yeah, we were playing on the TBA server.
That's right. So,
when I first met you guys.
So Yankee literally was one of the originals. Old enough to have been a founder, but not a founder. So he's been around for quite a while. He kind of drifts in, disappears, and comes back again. So I figured I'd catch him while we could. Hey, you know what? Real life first, my friend. Real life first. Anyways, guys,
Yeah,
tonight's gonna be a fun topic. We're actually gonna be running with this whole ordeal regarding Bethesda changing their policies regarding review codes. To put it very simply, they're not gonna let people pre-review video games before they're released. And we're going to talk about the fall about that. So that's going to be fun. But first, of course, the news. Okay. So we're going to dive into this. And man, screw everything else. Everybody should just go ahead and hide their wives and hide their kids because ocular herpes is going to get you. So
Ocular piece? Ocular piece.
Ocular herpes. Ocular herpes. I don't know. Anyways, this was an interesting article. I'm not even sure if it's really real or not or what. I was kind of reading, kind of going, not sure if this is somebody being a dumbass or what. But basically, the long and short of it is apparently somebody made an anonymous post, which really wasn't very anonymous because they found out who it was. But anyways, basically saying that there was comments about VR headsets at like conventions being used for multiple people and actually spreading ocular herpes, which ocular herpes is a form of herpes that tends to infect the eyes and can cause similar issues with outbreaks, redness, irritation, and whatnot. So it is literally herpes for your eyes because people share things, which yeah, I mean, that didn't sound very fun. I mean,
they're not 100% sure what headset, right? Which one?
They didn't say specifically. Now,
yeah,
this is one of those situations where just because it's ocular herpes, it's kind of unfortunate for the Oculus Rift because it's association.
It shares the name.
At least for me, it is. Maybe for other people, it didn't connect until I said that. I'd be curious to understand, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, this kind of goes in line for just about anything. Wherever you go to public events, whether you're wearing some piece of VR or anything else. They really should be disinfecting and sanitizing anything that's used for multiple people.
Make sure they're wiping it down between uses.
Yeah, or have a little, temporary film you put in. It's kind of like the paper ass gasket for when you go to the bathroom or the toilet.
Yes, good stuff.
But anyways,
actually, I remember seeing somewhere that they had what they called face condoms for these at one point. Something else, another article. Yeah.
Just get a condom put over your head and cut 2 holes out of the eyes. Anyways, this is unfortunate because VR still has a lot to prove for itself. And having things like this come up is unfortunate. It'd be very clear, guys. This can happen to any situation where more than one person uses a headset. But the fact of the matter is this is really going to be a prolific issue when you're going to a public event, whether it's a demo day down at some game store or a convention of some sort. So
Right.
there you go. Anyways, that's there you go. Yankee's very happy. He's got great news. He's very excited about this.
Oh,
yeah.
He's
Oh, yeah.
especially excited about this one.
If you want to play Minecraft on a super tiny controller. So for those of you that have Apple TV, you should be happy. Minecraft apparently is coming to Apple TV. There's not a whole lot of info, but Minecraft, the perennial bestseller on Apple's App Store, is making a jump to another Apple platform, Apple TV. So.
Which is, I guess, I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be kind of the mobile take on it, because it's, that seems to be what's going out there.
From what I've seen, it looks like that you're going to be able to play with other players that have the Pocket Edition for iOS. So
which is great. Okay, so I'm not. They didn't say anything. As Anki said, there's no clear information about this, so it's like, can you just play this on the TV? And if so, do you have to have anything special for it? Because by default, this is the remote you have for the Apple TV. So it's not exactly conducive to playing. That said,
No.
there is a piece of hardware you can get that is an actual controller.
Oh, I must have missed that part.
Yeah, there is. So I'm just wondering if it's a mandatory thing or whatnot, because the new Apple TV starts at $149 is on this news by here, and then this controller is an extra thing on top of that. So
Good grief.
Well, speaking of controllers, as a news follow-up, Nintendo actually teased the possibility of having custom controllers or specialized controllers to work with their recently announced Nintendo Switch. They've specifically stated that January 12th, 2017 will be they're holding an announcement, letting people know exactly what the cost of the device is, as well as the exact release date in March of 2017. But they alluded to the fact that the modular design of the Nintendo Switch could allow developers to release possibly games with a specialized controller that is designed to slide in place of the regular controller. So, for example, you could be playing a game like Pokemon or Zelda and have a specialized controller with specific buttons that work in that particular game. They keep in mind, they just teased it. They didn't confirm it, but the potential's there, and that's actually quite amazing, I think. So I'm looking forward to stuff like that. But
well, okay, yes and no, I guess, because here's I'm sorry, but here's an issue I have. I love the idea of custom controllers because it's great, but then it's a whole bunch of extra pieces you have to buy all the time, and there's a big difference between a game that can utilize a specialty controller and games that are just basically designed to must have the specialty controller.
Right.
And those games can be more expensive.
Yeah. So you know what? This is what I'm picturing, but this is entirely between my ears and this brain. And that is, they might sell something like a Pokemon game, for example, and they may have just the Pokemon game on its own. And if you want to buy like the limited or collector's edition, it itself may come with a specific controller for capturing Pokemon or specialized for doing that, but still can be accomplished on the regular controller if you choose not to buy the limited or special edition. So that's what I'm kind of picturing or envisioning.
Now, this is on top of, okay, so one thing got buried, which is in addition to the controllers, there's some other stuff. But I apologize, guys. I'm gonna say right now, there's actually 3 different news follow-ups for Nintendo that just came out.
Oh yes.
And we're kind of stomping all over things, but so just kind of skip around a little bit because this kind of associates. There's this announcement about multiple controllers that could be strapped on, and then there's talk of touchscreen ability.
Interactive. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let's see if I can find it here. So there's touchscreen possibilities. So basically, they're saying not only will you have these custom controllers, but you'll have a touchscreen enabled system for we have it pulled out. So it might be touchscreen. It might have customized controllers, and there's also rumor of VR capacity.
Yes, yes.
Which almost scares me a little bit.
How would that work?
I don't know.
It's too big to be mounted in a headset.
So you have a special thing that you strap slide down onto the sides of it and strap it over your head. No, I don't know. This is where this is so like deep down the rumor mill hole.
Oh yeah,
it's unbelievable. And
I mean, there's even talk of it having a gyroscope, GPS, compass, motion tracking. Like,
yeah,
probably it wouldn't surprise me. Because the 3DS, you can do in some games, you can actually do motion tracking, right?
Yeah.
Or not motion tracking, but you can. It's got situational awareness. Yeah, exactly.
6-axis awareness, 6-axis awareness, 6-axis tracking. Now that, like I said, all of this is full on like hyper speculation, and we're not even gonna get any new official news.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're not doing anything as far as showing us what's going on with it until January of 2017. Yeah.
Which is the point that they said
official
we'll
announcement.
Price.
Yeah, the official announcement is for January 12th. So that'll be pretty cool. They're supposed to be giving us the official release date as well as the price. So
and hopefully some more details about the controllers.
Hopefully. Maybe some specs on the battery life.
That would be nice.
Agreed.
That's the other thing we were talking about that last week. Is what's the battery life going to be like? And they've already talked about what that's going to be like a little bit. Again, there's a lot more rumor mill stuff going on. I really don't want to dive into it too deep just because it is a lot of rumor mill stuff until we get closer to release date, which they are saying, by God, hell or high water, it's going to be March. But,
yeah,
whatever.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait until even later to find out about the external hardware for it. So.
Oh, goody.
Hello.
Oh, wait till the last possible minute, then some.
Oh, it might be delayed.
Yeah, no kidding.
God.
I'm just kidding.
Anyways, switching gears here, guys. So like I said, there's a lot of news about Nintendo, and I love getting more. But I'm going to go ahead and just touch on some tech topics tonight. We don't do a lot of tech topics normally, but there's some good bits here I wanted to touch on. One is Google Fiber. The only reason why I bring this up is, again, connectivity is everything. In this day and age, with game downloads being more popular than buying games on disc, all games nowadays, if a game doesn't come with a multiplayer capacity or some kind of online connectivity, it's a little bit odd, to say the least. When it comes to connectivity, Google was a big pusher for a while for the Google Fiber, and they've just announced that they are basically abandoning any further expansion. Any existing Google Fiber systems
remains
that are already established, are remaining. Anyone they're already in contracts to do, they're going to finish out. But basically, anything they were promising to move out to that they're not in contract already are getting cut. They're doing a bunch of layoffs. It's unfortunate. Now, this is not the end of Google's connectivity push. Google has been playing with and doing research for wireless high-speed connectivity. So basically, they're talking about millimeter band projections. So basically, they have antennas set up to transmit high-speed internet over wireless points. But as for actually laying fiber in the ground, it's really freaking costly, and it just isn't working out for them. So they're going to be saying adios to that, unfortunately.
Sucks because they were the only ones doing it, weren't they?
Well,
or is that
Verizon
incorrect?
had FiOS. Verizon FiOS is on the East Coast, and they abandoned that. Google's
Okay.
doing this. That's good. This has had good things. They've
Yeah.
pushed a lot of companies to start giving higher speeds. AT&T even has, I think it's AT&T that has like a 300 meg down. My Comcast got bumped to 100 meg. So at least they're trying to get people to get off the damn laurels.
Right.
So
Interesting. Well, another tech tidbit today. You're going to fall in love with a $180 robot. The company Anki, responsible for Anki Drive, they, about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years now, they brought to market a small, you remember those sets of racing cars? You'd buy the track, put it together in the basement, and you'd have the little trigger thing and race the cars around. Yeah, so they basically put a modern twist on that and made a mat with a drawn track, and then you could buy the cars and charge them up, and you could buy the cars separately and play it on there. Yep, the same company is bringing a robot called Cosmo. So it's basically a friend that you can buy. Again, cute. You interact. It's cute. You can interact with it via your phone. They say setting up is pretty easy. You just download the app, sync it with him. He creates, I believe, his own Wi-Fi network, if I'm not mistaken. And it also, the robot itself, it looks like a miniature truck, or almost like, no, not a truck. It looks almost like a little tractor with a shovel at the front, but it's not a shovel. And he's got this big head with the big head is articulates, and it's got a screen for its face, and on that screen it brings up eyes. Yeah.
If
and what's cool
like
is
Wall-E,
you will love this.
You will love this.
And what's awesome is that the eyes will actually, depending on his mood and how he feels, and they'll actually show emotion, which is really cool.
It's cute.
Yeah, it interacts via making sounds. If you put it on the tabletop, it's smart enough to know not to fall off the edge. It comes with these little cubes that remind me of the companion cubes in Portal. And those cubes are basically extras in the box that allow you to play games with Cosmo. It's pretty awesome. I was looking at it. It sells for, I think, $180 US, if I'm not mistaken, which means it's probably $500 Canadian. Just kidding.
The depreciation value of those pesos.
So one of the things is, and I was reading through the article, and it wasn't very clear to me, but I mean, you guys can check the link and go through it yourselves. There's text-to-speech ability in your Android or iOS device, so it will actually speak back to you, and you can type back to it, if I'm not mistaken. Other cool things about it is that there is also a beta SDK kit that you can get, so you can potentially in future program and manipulate the robot in other ways, which would be kind of awesome if you're into that kind of stuff. Yeah,
that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
All right, that's cute.
It's a pretty neat little gadget, and if you play a game and it loses, it'll actually be sad and turn away, or it might get pissed off if you pick it up.
Oh my god, it's a goddamn Tamagotchi with wheels.
I love it.
This.
Don't you remember?
No, I actually cried. My Tamagotchi died.
Oh man, I have one. Are you serious?
Nope, I'm not. Nope, we're done. We're done here. We're done.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Moving on to awesome tech.
Awesome tech.
Nvidia has just recently released their new 1050 GTX card, and the 1050, what is it? 1050 Ti.
Titanium.
It's basically their. Say again?
Titanium.
Is that what the TI stands for?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, it's basically Nvidia's answer to AMD's, what is it, the 460, I believe? Yeah, the 460.
Yeah.
Basically, they're curb stomping the absolute lowest end possible.
Pretty much. This thing is awesome. It's built on the same, GTX 10 series that the 1060 and the 1070 and 1080 are built off of. It's got a new chip. It's called a GP107. It's got like 3.3 billion transistors, a tiny little 135 by 2 millimeter die.
Basically, it's a 10. It's a 10 series, so it's running on the Pascal card or Pascal core.
Yes.
And it's $110. Am I losing?
Well,
can't beat that.
The MSRP supposedly is at 110, but when actually looking for one, because I actually wanted one for my rig, the cheapest 1050 non-TI that I found was $140. So.
Okay. Oh, shucks!
It's still a really good price for what they're offering. 768 CUDA cores at 1.4 gigahertz.
If you guys like stats, definitely check out the link in the show notes for the article, or just go to their website and check out the spec list, because it's some pretty damn impressive specs. It really is.
Yeah.
For such an affordable price too.
Oh God, I mean, especially because these are SLI compatible, right?
They are, but at this point, with the new upgrade to the 10s, SLI is really kind of not a thing anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of developers aren't using it. Even if you have two cards, it's better to run them in non-SLI mode, because Windows 10 and the newer motherboards now have this thing that allows it to talk to each other faster than SLI actually does. And a lot more developers are actually using
through the PCIe bus?
Yeah.
So
another thing is, this card only uses 75 watts. It does not require an external power source. You can run it off an older computer on just your PCIe rail.
That's awesome if you want to build like a small system.
It's already out. It's out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hit Amazon or wherever, guys. Newegg. Order these now, because whatever you have, this is way better, and it's fuck all cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
holy stacks.
You have a 980 Ti. They're on par. So.
Okay,
that's
fair
crazy.
enough. But there is some technologies in the Pascal that even the 90s aren't going to have. So this is one hell of a good find, Yank. I appreciate that.
You get more cores, cheaper price.
Yeah, so. I'm blown away. Anyways, guys, we do have some bits and bobs in the media bites category that's pretty funny, as well as in that's random. But I'm gonna skip us by that, because I want to make sure we have enough time to actually talk about the main topic tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So I apologize. So I'm gonna skip right to the on the calendar. God. On the calendar, this week in history. Kirok.
Oh, yes. All right. October 28th, 1998. U.S. President Bill Clinton signs into law the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, or otherwise known as DMCA. The law is intended to criminalize production. Basically, that's what it does. It puts this noise over your pirated songs. Sorry, no. Basically, okay, it's to prevent copyright, or to circumvent that. It is to criminalize production of dissemination of technology designed to circumvent digital copyright protection, otherwise known as DRM. However, and that's basically it. So they passed Digital Rights Management, or DMCA, back in 1998. A lot of people would argue it's not really applicable.
What has it done for us? Yankee.
It hasn't done anything. You know what it has done? It has increased the price of songs digitally, where you can get them legally, so that you don't get DRM on it.
Yeah, that's what I love about it. It's like, well, say, for example, you want to get, music through iTunes, you can get the Apple proprietary version, or for an extra fee, you can get one that's not cock-blocked. Yay!
Yeah, so that's what it's done for us.
Fuck this
pretty much.
noise.
I wouldn't call that for us.
Yeah. There's a whole lack of
to us.
Hey,
to us.
But you know what really is cool?
What's cool?
October 25th, back in the good old 2001, Windows released Windows XP.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So Windows XP came out in 2001, which, holy shit, snacks, that's a long time ago. And this
a while ago.
This was actually, for people who don't know, XP was actually touted as the last Windows operating system. This is where Microsoft wanted to transition to a constantly evolving operating system, which is one of the reasons why XP had these service packs, and this lasted for so long, because it was intention to kind of keep going. And it was what touted as one of the better OSs that Microsoft put out. It also was the first one, consumer grade, that was actually built on the Windows NT platform. There's some other nuances about it too that made it popular. I was one of the unlucky sorts that actually dived into the 64-bit version of XP back when there wasn't shit all for drivers for it, because 64-bit was kind of a new thing, and people were really sure what to do with it. That was painful. That was a whole lot of painful. So there's a little history bite for you guys. I'm going to switch over to birthdays.
And the first one on the list is Trav.
Our resident Australian, who we love very much.
Is he Australian?
He is. We actually had Trav on the podcast quite some time ago.
Nice.
Yeah. I kind of want to put his video upside down just for kicks and giggles, but I decided to be nice about it. So you can catch Trav over on YouTube. He does have a channel. He does do a lot of events with BRG, a lot of Rocket League, as you can see, among other things. So definitely check that out. Also got Turgo on the books for a birthday. Happy birthday, Turgo!
Happy birthday!
Turgo was one of the founders of BRG, one of the core people of the group. He also just had a new baby. He's a second kid now, so he's a daddy
cool.
times 2.
Nice.
And
Congratulations!
He's got his hands very, very full.
Nice birthday present.
Yeah, no kidding.
Also, Watwick from Bottle Rocket Gaming. You can find him on the Bottle Rocket Gaming website. His birthday is November 1st, and he has his own channel as well. You can find the link in the show notes, and go check him out.
He hasn't been
Happy
terribly
birthday,
active in a while, but
oh, okay. Well.
But I still encourage you to go check out some of his content there, because his content is timeless. It's always fun to watch.
Absolutely. And last but not least on the list is Shoutout Time 1290. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, guys!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people.
There
Very
is. Cool. No events posted right now, guys. I apologize. It's a matter of just having time to look them up and whatnot. There are BRG events, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But we do want to talk about some releases.
Yeah, game releases. November 1st, PC is getting Owlboy. It's like an 8-bit type game. It's actually pretty cool looking. And also, Earth's Dawn on PS4 is coming out same day, November 1st.
Interesting. I've never heard of Earth's Dawn. Yeah, okay. Also, coming out on November 4th, we've got Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Terminal Tours. What the hell? I don't want to know. Anyways, Infinite Warfare, that's going to be on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Also, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dear God.
I still don't understand remasters, but whatever. So, yeah, that's coming out for you. So, flipping cool. And for all of you armchair quarterbacks, Football Manager. What the hell is this, Kirok?
What?
Football Manager for life?
Yep. Football Manager 17. Come on.
What? It's coming out November 4th. I'm not even going to go any further than that. I don't know.
I've never really got into any
sports.
of them. Yeah.
But
here you get to manage teams. Come on.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not into it. I'm not into it.
All right, guys. I want to take a quick break here, and I want to go ahead and give a shout out to our boy Boo from Boo Gaming. again, this is another one of the BRGers out there that does a YouTube channel, among other things. He is a cool cat. He's fun to listen to. He's got a smooth and sultry voice. And he decided to play Save Jesus. I only got a chance to check out about 5 minutes just before the show. It's pretty goddamn hilarious. And even if it wasn't, Boo makes everything just that much more funny. So I definitely encourage you to go over there and check it out. It's funnier than shit. And in general, Boo is a real fun guy to listen to. He's got a lot of video content of all sorts. He's usually the kind of person you're going to find a lot of like random off-the-cuff stuff that you don't normally see on a lot of other channels. You can see here he's got a lot of Luigi's Mansion, for example. So definitely go over and check it out. I always encourage it. He's one of the more active people out there. Give him some love. Give him a thumbs up. Give him a sub. And we'll love you long time. All right.
So that brings us to our main segment. As Warp alluded earlier, it's regarding Bethesda's new policy or new stance on review codes for game reviewers, and that extends out to also YouTube players and things like that. So I mean, essentially, I'll read a little bit. I'm going to skip down a few. I'll read a little bit from what they said. And I'll go through it. At Bethesda, we value media reviewers. We read them, we watch them, we try to learn from them when they offer critique and understand their value to our players. So they're saying in this statement that they're going to continue to provide, I think, codes for Special Edition Skyrim and Dishonored 2. But essentially what they're doing is they're no longer providing codes to game reviewers, the big guys. I'm not going to name any names, or even the small-time guys like myself playing games and not really reviewing them, but just playing them on YouTube. They're going to be providing the codes if they do choose to provide the codes. I think it's the same day or the day before as the game launch. Yeah. So how does this affect reviewers? How does this affect Bethesda? More importantly, how does it affect just the simple fans who like to play the games and want to play the games?
Well,
I think that's going to hurt their sales, honestly.
Well, okay, so that's a good point, and that's something I definitely want to touch on because we can speculate on how sales are going to affect. We got to really look at how things are currently kind of approach, so to speak. So take your typical architecture. I create a game. There's always going to be hype and speculation for any popular game beforehand. Take Battlefield 1 as an example.
Okay.
If I'm working hard on this game, and especially nowadays with games, it seems like games are being like revved and patched and updated right up until almost the day of release. I mean, hell, most games brand new
one patch.
There's day one patches.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when I give you, Yankee, a demo or a review copy of that a week or a month ahead of time? It's effectively unpolished. It's effectively not what the final necessarily should be.
So in a situation like that, if Yankee is a game reviewer, he may review it in that state. And then, of course, that's an inaccurate representation of what it is when it's actually out.
And Yankee would be obligated, as a good reviewer, would be obligated to be honest and say, well, I mean, I can see the potential here, but here's this bug, here's this issue. So, I mean, so right at the bat, my first question is Bethesda, I'm speculating that Bethesda's reason for this is, more often than not, these kind of reviews can end up hurting them more than helping them. Their own hype engine can rev people up to buy this. Why would you want to put that out of your control in a reviewer's hands where they could damage that hype before release?
Right, but then again, you have things like No Man's Sky, for instance, which crashed and burned.
So much
they hyped the crap out of that game. And
I liked it.
Horrible.
Oh man, he just kicked his puppy, man.
If it had been $30 or less, I would have bought that game.
Right.
Just because I like space games. But I'm not paying $60 for a game where all of the reviews 99% of the reviews are negative. I'm not paying $60 for that. And then people turned around after playing it for 5 hours and returned the game.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, there's a big thing about that. We actually covered that in some of our early episodes where people they play a lot more in 5. They play for multiple days and then return it.
But doesn't that pretty much prove what Warped is saying, right? So Bethesda might be saying, you know what, we're not going to put out codes earlier for reviewers because that could be the potential outcome.
It could be damaging.
Right, but if they hype it too much and then somebody buys the game and it's crap and it's not what they promised, then
right. Yeah.
But I mean, Bethesda puts out good games.
Yeah, they do.
For the most part.
They do. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, so that's another thing about this that kind of gets on my nerves a little. Well, I guess it gets on my nerves. I find this perplexing because I wouldn't not have expected Bethesda of all people to be somebody who would do this. They've always seemed to be more the kinder, big business that still acts like a pocket studio with the people for the people. At least that's been kind of the mentality they've had. So it's a little bit almost. I'll be honest. When I first heard the news about this, I had to go look up. I'm like, who was this again? I look up. It's Bethesda. It almost felt like I got stabbed in the back. Yeah, I kind of expected to be like Blizzard or more so over EA. EA. If they said EA did this, I'd be like, yeah.
I agree with you. I could picture EA pulling something like this. Yeah.
So there's that. Now, of course, to every yin there is a yang, and of course, as soon as this was announced, reviewers and sites alike were all over this, pissing and moaning about it, and doing the.
I'll be right back.
If you're not going to let us review things early, then we're not going to review your stuff at all. So there.
Yeah. So actually, the fact that you point that out, I'm looking at it going, what about fans who rely on those reviews? Because, games are pretty expensive, right? So you're going to work how many hours to make your hard-earned cash to spend it on a game? And some people will buy maybe 2 or 3 games a year. Mm-hmm. So they want to make sure that the money they're going to be spending on that game is worth their investment, that they're going to get their value back in whatever way, entertainment and so on. So now with them basically making it so that they can't actually review a game until the same day it's released, that will prevent people from doing pre-orders. Those people are going to hold off, wait a week or 2 until the actual reviewers get a chance to review the game properly, and then go and buy the game, or maybe not even.
Maybe.
Right.
Okay, this is where I gotta be fair on this, and forgive me, I'm not trying to defend anybody here, but let's face facts. We're so used to hearing a whole bunch of hype and reviews and gameplay footage before a game's official release. I think we've gotten kind of spoiled. The fact of the matter is if you crank up the hype engine to 11, are people really going to wait for reviews from respected people before they buy the game? How much of an impact is that going to be? Out of the whole 100% people who buy a game normally at release day, how many of them are actually going to hold off any amount of time, be it a day, be it a week, just to see what the reviews are from respected reviewers, as opposed to, say, from the common man, say, on Steam? Because remember, Steam has where you and I can post a comment, whether it's a long, drawn-out review in a professional format or just saying, oh, my dear God, suck sore to the max, thumbs down. Is it really going to impact them in that way? That's the other thing about that. The other thing that people are saying, too, is that because of this personality of either the day before or day of, this is going to hurt them in the fact that it's going to create rushed reviews, because these companies want to be first to post for these reviews, and that's going to hamper or reduce the quality of the reviews. Well, yeah, but that's not Bethesda's problem. If some if GameReviewer.com, fictitious website, wants to do a review and they want to do a half-assed job burning through it in a couple of hours to be the first one to put it up, that's their own damn fault. And over time, I would think that people are going to steer away from them because they're like, well, they always got shoddy reviews. Their reviews are half-assed. That's them shooting themselves in the foot and then blame Bethesda for cocking the gun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's my personal take on it. It really does seem like there's a whole lot of wah in the process.
The over exaggeration, or when really it's not that bad.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so Yankee, you don't really do game reviews, right?
Not really. Every once in a while, if I buy a game and I really like it, I'll throw a review on Steam or something.
Okay.
But
so
I don't do it professionally.
So we could say, from a safe standpoint, that you're a game consumer, not a reviewer of sorts, right?
Right.
So do you put a lot of stock in professional reviews pre-release?
No, I usually wait until people have the game, and then I go buy their reviews, and I also watch Let's Plays and see if I actually like the content in the game personally.
Right. Okay.
Okay, that's a good point. That's something that I'm glad you brought up, because that's the thing about me is I've noticed for me, and I'm not a good example because I don't go out and buy a bunch of content all the time. I very rarely buy games. I don't have the money for it, to be honest with you. So I do a lot of free to play games. But even in the free to play realm, it's a whole lot less about watching game reviews and a whole lot more about watching gameplay video, which is always going to be after release.
Yes, that's right.
So I put a lot more stock in that. I mean, my desire to say, telling Session the girls, I really want to get, hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades, has nothing to do with any review. I've never looked at any review for that game. It's because I've watched Kirok play it, and it looks fucking fun. So I mean,
it's funny you mentioned what you did. Like, I'm actually someone who likes to watch video reviews or previews or read articles on some of the game review websites for games that are upcoming that I kind of have my eye on. Mm-hmm. I've done that a long time. It was back in the day when they had magazines, if you remember those things. I would subscribe to those and read them from cover to cover. And my favorite part was not figuring out, but reading about new games that were coming out and kind of mental note, oh, I definitely want this game. Oh, I definitely want this game. I like that kind of stuff. It's just, I feel like I'm more educated about the game. Things have changed quite a bit. Yeah, things have changed quite a bit now because, I mean, back then there was no internet so that they could do a day one patch. So the game had to come out and it was either broken or it was fully finished. Right. So.
No, that's interesting.
My headset died. One second.
No.
That's interesting because I'm seeing some very different dynamics here. You like looking at some of the reviews, but so I have to ask: do the reviews, the pre-release reviews, sway you when it comes to where you put your purchasing dollars?
I would have to say, to a degree, they do. Yes. Because usually I know the kind of games I like, so usually from a review or pre-review, right, I can kind of tell whether or not it's something I want to get. Sometimes it's a little doubtful and I still buy the game and then I kick myself later, like No Man's Sky, but I still like the game. I bought into the hype. So
no, I can understand that. Well, I mean, there's always going to be that chance of getting a game that's like, you know what, this was a horrible buy. But I mean, I've seen that happen where I've seen games that's like, wow, this game looks like a whole lot of fun, and I'll buy it, and it's like, yeah, it's okay, or yeah, it was kind of fun, but yeah, I won't say I regret it necessarily, but I've had games that I've watched gameplay video of, like City Skyline. Yeah. Fun game, great game. I kind of regret paying for it just because, for me, it turned into a real clunk and grind real quick that I wasn't really into down the road. And, it is what it is. But that's no fault of the game, per se. It just didn't mesh with me quite right. But I still got a better feel for it.
Right.
watching gameplay video. So
yeah, gameplay video sometimes is the best way. So waiting and then actually seeing someone else play it, and then you can make a better educated decision.
exactly.
But this brings another thing to light, and that is based on what Bethesda is doing, and they're one of the leaders in the industry. Could this be something where we see it happen more and more with other developers, right? So
More than likely.
more than likely they're going to start doing it.
I could definitely see other. I'm pretty sure a lot of game companies have kind of wanted to do this, but you know the smaller studios sure as hell aren't going to want to do this because you know who wants to take the risk kind of thing. Well, actually, so let me step back here for a minute. I don't want to drag us too deep here, but when it comes to the aspect of saying we're going to allow you to do pre-release reviews versus post-release review, is this going to have a different impact on big studios like EA, Bethesda, Blizzard, and so on, versus small studios like, well, okay, I was going to say like Riot Games, but they're kind of getting big now, but like who are those retards that went out of business because they kept getting bad reviews and started pissing about it?
Are you talking about that one?
Suicide.
Oh my God, Suicide. Yes.
Yeah.
So, Digital Suicide.
Digital Suicide.
No, Digital Homicide.
Digital Homicide. There we go. So forgetful. They're so unimaginable or unforgettable. I forgot them. Anyways, your opinions, Yankee, for you. Do you think there's going to be a difference in impact between small studios versus big ones? Do you think small studios would do this?
I doubt it. They'll probably watch the larger companies and see what happens, and act accordingly. More than likely.
Okay. What about you, Kirak?
I agree with Yankee. Basically, I would say the smaller guys might actually look at it as more of a positive thing, even though you might get the game a little early so that you can do a review prior to its release or a preview. I think the smaller guys would consider it good for their game and possibly their business.
Again, it really depends on the reviews, and this
again,
it does. To really hammer it in, it's a matter of how.
I mean, okay, sorry, but don't a lot of these companies don't they place what are called embargoes? They do, right?
In some cases, but yeah, but okay. There's another curiosity about that is why
do that?
Why do that? Yeah, I don't. I'm trying to finish the thought without getting stuck in them, but you're bringing up another good point there. So my issue is to kind of support my statement earlier about reviews didn't have negative tones. I've seen small studios, small time games get a huge boost because big YouTubers, for example, will review or do a gameplay run of something and give it something positive that really helps them. But it's a double-edged sword because I've seen studios in the same exact situation give them a copy and have them piss all over it and just completely bury that game and the studio as a result because these studios only have enough money to really fund one game. It's a make or break deal. That's a lot to put your money into. I mean, wouldn't you rather kind of want to have more control over controlled hype, self-promotion as opposed to chancing somebody maybe saying something good about you, maybe not?
Which kind of makes us think that that's what Bethesda's doing. But the thing is when you're making a game, when you develop a game or create a game, it's basically art. And you know if it's good or not. You're making it yourself, or at least that's what I'm thinking. Okay? Like, people may not like it because someone may not like a first-person shooter if that's the type of game I'm making, versus someone who likes a puzzle game, right? So that person who likes the puzzle game may give my first-person shooter a bad review. Okay, fine, but if I know deep down the game I'm making is actually not that great, then whether or not I prevent it from being previewed previously to release, or then it gets reviewed after release, it's still going to get those same bad ratings.
Yeah. So the one other thing you started to touch on, and I want to touch on this real quick, and we'll kind of do a wrap up. But the other thing is, why is have a 0-day review policy as opposed to pre-release copies with an embargo?
Yeah.
Can you guys think of any benefit to that? Because again, I think this goes back to the whole aspect of a lot of games have 0-day patching to correct those last minute things, and this also this ties into the whole bigger picture of this is a problem with gameplay nowadays. We've kind of touched on this before about how beta's the new release and alpha's the new beta. Games are getting pushed to just, oh my god, you have people working 24/7 to patch and refine and break fix up to the very last day of release and even after some cases. So
yeah, no, I get you. Doesn't an embargo kind of accomplish the same thing?
Yeah. So
maybe they're doing it intentionally to narrow that review time that the reviewers get. So that way, if it is a terrible game, the reviewers may not have enough time with the game to figure that out and then put it in their review. You get what I'm saying?
So maybe Bethesda is banking on them doing shoddy, half-assed reviews. I don't know. All right, so to wrap things up, I'm going to put a couple questions to you guys and kind of get your opinions on it. And the questions are basically, in your opinion, is Bethesda right in doing this for their own personal gains? Are the reviewers right in what they're saying about, it's Bethesda's fault or it's a bad idea? And any other kind of thought you have on there. So, Kirok.
I think they're fully within their right to do it. It's their business. They need to be in business. They do what they do to make money, like any other business. Mm-hmm. And I think they're partially also resting on their history in that they make pretty decent games, right? Mm-hmm. So you're pretty safe in that if they're about to release a new upcoming game, that you're going to get a game that has that's pretty decent, pretty good, that you're not necessarily going to be wasting your money. But that will only hold true until they screw it up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So are game reviewers that are having a meltdown about this, a temper tantrum? Do they have merit somewhere in this to say this is not the best way to go about it?
I guess because it can affect them, and they're if they're doing reviews and posting videos on YouTube about it, they're now in the same boat as everyone else. So it does affect them, but it's not their choice, unfortunately. You know what I mean?
Certainly.
I have to agree with that because I mean it's not their company. They aren't profiting technically from that product. I mean, yeah, they might make their money off doing their reviews and stuff, but
yeah,
it's not their company. Like Bethesda has full control. If they want to do that, then that's fully within their right. So,
I could agree with you, Dex. I mean, don't get me wrong. Bethesda obviously has every right to do this. I'm just looking at the aspect of, is this the right thing for them? Is this going to leave a sour taste in people's mouths, regardless of how the game is? Sometimes, honestly, the difference between somebody buying a game that genuinely may be a decent game to play can actually have a hinging factor on who released it. I'm sure there's games out there that just because it's, by Bethesda versus by EA can have a weighing factor for them. Because, in my opinion, there's been a history of EA doing some pretty slap-shot work, whereas, as you guys have noted, Bethesda's kind of been the golden child.
Mm-hmm.
So that can have a factor to it.
Well, I mean, let's put it this way. They've announced it. It's going to be the way it is now. Who knows? We may see this in the next few games that they release and how it behaves, or not behaves, but how it affects them and how it affects the fans. And if it's detrimental, I can guarantee you they'll probably backpedal and switch it out.
Oh, absolutely. At this point, I would say this is just the way it's going to be going forward. I would wager, just speculation moving forward, I would wager that other big studios are going to follow suit. So you'll see Blizzard, EA, those kind of bigger studios probably follow suit with this, and that's going to become one of those markers to really kind of gauge success in studios where they are willing to put the hammer down and say, nope, we're not giving you pre-release access for review.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Deal with it. I personally don't. I understand where reviewers are coming from. I understand this is their bread and butter. Just one thing we need to remember is that for review sites, this is how they make their bucks. You go to their site, see their commercials on, their banner ads, because you're going there to see these kind of things. Is this going to impact the bottom line? Maybe. And this is where we get back to the whole rushing the review to be the first one up so you get the clicks. But I think if you still make it a priority, regardless of timeline, to be a good review, you'll keep your people coming forward and not start losing people because you're doing this happy, slap shot, half-assed reviews. So that's my take on it.
Right.
Anybody have any final thoughts, curiosities, or foreshadowing?
As far as Bethesda and the aforementioned Skyrim, can I throw something out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you own Skyrim, they just released the special edition.
Yeah.
And if you own Skyrim, it's already in your game library. You now own.
This is on Steam?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Did they do that with something else? I don't remember.
They did that with Bioshock. Bioshock Remastered 1 and 2.
That's right.
Nice.
So if you own those in your Steam library, you got the remastered ones automatically.
That's right.
I didn't know that. Thank you for saying that, for telling me that. That's awesome.
Yeah, because I read something about it like 2 months ago, and I was like, God, I can't wait till October. That's gonna be awesome. Make Skyrim look so much better because they fully remastered it. It supposedly is gonna look way awesome. So.
All right. Well, hey guys, if you guys have thoughts and opinions and whatnot, if you disagree with us and think we're a bunch of asshats for saying what we said, please let us know. You're welcome to yell at us in the comments below if you like. A couple quick things. One, just a quick promotion. Again, we have a lot of events coming up for the Bottle Rocket gaming community. We're starting to push out a lot of events. If you have interest in some of these events, please join us. We'd love to have you. Bottle Rocket is an open community. We try to promote events all the time, so check it out and definitely encourage it because we love jabbering people. I do guys want to leave you with one for the win tonight, and that is Halloween Overwatch cosplay. I'm not even going to scroll down. I'm going to make you go get the link and go look this up for yourself because all I'm going to say is it's so worth it. And to quote Firefly, I'll be in my bunk.
Sweet like candy.
Oh, God. And as I said, guys, definitely if you have thoughts and opinions and whatnot, you can certainly leave comments down below on the YouTube channel. You can also go to the Bottle Rocket Gaming website, head over to the forums for the podcast. We have an area there for giving us feedback if you'd like. We also have a place where people can sign up to join us in the podcast. If you're interested, let us know. We'll talk with you about it. And if you'd like to advertise or promote something, please let us know. We're more happy to talk with you about that. We love promoting people, especially within as even without, just to help the community out. So definitely stop by and say howdy doody. Yankee and my friend, my buddy, my pal. Now you've kind of been like eerily absent in the digital world, but you have been known in the past to be on Twitch and doing things. You have a YouTube channel, although a bit delinquent. You do stuff. What's going on with you, real world or otherwise?
Well, about a year ago, I moved back to Washington. I'm currently in my second quarter for Associate in Applied Science in IT.
Yes. Welcome to the fold.
Probably next quarter when I actually start making a little more money at my job. I'm gonna upgrade this piece of junk PC that I have at the moment, and
with some nice
trying
Nvidia
to get
1050s.
Yes, definitely. All of my recording gear and everything that I had before I moved here is still in Virginia with one of my buddies. So I've been trying for the past year to get him to send it to me, and still waiting on that. So hopefully that goes through soon, because I've got a nice mic and just a bunch of recording boxes that I can tweak settings and stuff. So
cool. Yeah, definitely check his stuff out, guys, because he just has some gaming content. He's done a little bit with Ball Rocket back in the day. But he also
watch
has
the first 4 episodes.
He also has uploaded a couple of videos of him singing. So, ladies, he's not just a pretty face; he's got a pretty pair of pipes to go with it.
Thanks.
And you guys can pretty much, if you look up Yankee Vader, you can find him a lot of places. He's on Facebook. He's also on the Twitters. So feel free to go over and give him a little love and sub. You can follow him. So if he does get around to play some games or do some music or whatnot, you'll be able to find out what's going on with him when it happens. So definitely check that out.
Yeah, you can find me on twitch.tv/YankeeVader, youtube.com/MatthewVader, twitter.com/YankeeVader, and facebook.com/YankeeVader.
I'm sensing a theme there. Anyways, guys.
Well, YouTube would be Yankee Vader, but for some reason the account got locked, so it's currently my personal account. So I'm still trying to recover it. So.
Oh, Jesus. Well, that aside, I'm sorry to hear that. Anyways, also exciting life RL stuff. Kirok.
Yes, I have jury duty coming up next week.
The funnest game of all.
Yes. So it's basically, I don't know how it works in the U.S., but I think we mentioned it last episode, but it's basically a selection process. So I've been picked to be picked, if that makes any sense. So I've done this. Okay, I've done this twice before. This is my third go around. Basically, they put you in this big room with hundreds of people, and this massive group of people is subdivided into panels, and then you sit there from like 9 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock business hours, and they pull groups from this whole mass of people to cases that come up, and in the courtroom is where they pick you. If they pick you, you remain. If they don't pick you, you go back in the room and wait for the next case to come up, and it keeps going for a week. So it's super boring. I plan to get a lot of gaming done on my 3DS or my PS Vita, because you can bring those and just sit there, or you can read a book and do whatever, because I've done it before. First time I went, never got picked. Second time I went, I got picked for a case. That case went for about a month, and now who knows this time. So.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't envy you on
Yeah.
that.
So I'm going to put stuff on hold. That's the other thing. I'm going to maybe post another video or two on my channel, and then kind of put stuff on hold for a couple of weeks, and then probably get back into it again.
And so the channel is Kirok Craft on YouTube.
Yes, so you can find me at YouTube, user/KirokCraft. Also, I'm part of Project Singularity. It's the group of guys that we game together. So you can find us there at project-singularity.com. And you can find me on Twitter, or follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/KirokCraft. So
the Twitters that nobody wants to buy, but that's news for another day. And of course, guys, I myself have my wonderful gaming channel that's still dark, but on the bright side, I do have some content that's going to be coming up very shortly. I actually just got my my loot crate, my loot gaming box from BRG.
Nice.
So I'm going to be doing an unboxing. Nice. See if my wife can join me. We'll do an unboxing for that. Now, that is not going to go on my gaming channel, so it's still going to be sitting there not doing a goddamn thing for over 2 months now. But I'm going to get down. I'm moving along with my renovation. As you can see, nothing's really changed behind me here, but what you can see is I'm starting to get the paneling up on the outside. My roof is up. I have at least the under laminate, the tar paper up, mostly.
No danger of exposure to liquid now?
No game. We actually have some sprinkling all night here while I've been doing the podcast. Some decent rains with no issues so far. I do have a little bit more to do, and I still have to do the shingles, and that's really fun because it's a 54-degree angled roof. It's a very, very steep roof. So I actually had to go out and buy a harness so that if I go whoops off the ladder, I don't go splat 14 feet down.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. So, so definitely keep up with me on the BRGs YouTube channel because, that's a good place to keep up with me on there. You can also head over to, of course, the Ball Rocket Gaming website. It's ballrocketgaming.com, and say hi to us. That's probably the most reliable place to meet and greet, along with our Discord channel, which you're certainly welcome to get spec on and join us. We love meeting the people who love talking and chatting. If you want to see kind of what we're talking about, want to see current events coming up, again, want to talk in the forums, you can certainly go there and check things out. And of course, as I said, you can keep up with us on what's going on with our YouTube channel. So definitely have fun with that and keep up on the news. And again, we should have some more content coming out with the unboxing we're going to be doing and other stuff down the road with events that will be coming up here. Hey, again, guys, we love you bunches, and we certainly do appreciate promotion. As I said, we do have a Patreon account that if you want to donate a few dollars, we certainly appreciate it, and you're welcome to head over to Patreon/BallRocketGaming and donate. If you just want to, if you don't have the money or don't want to pay the money, I certainly do understand. But please feel free to hit us up on Twitter, on YouTube, on Votable, and give us a little love there. I do try to get links for Votable put up for all the different podcasts so people can easily access them. A thumbs up, a comment, a like, etc. really does help us out. We want to get more people following. We'd love to have more stuff coming out. So please, 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 if you have a moment and you care enough, we certainly do love and appreciate it. So thank you very much for that. Yankee, my friend, dude, seriously, I love hanging with you, man, and we just never get a chance to do it enough. I certainly do understand that real life comes up, but man, it sucks sometimes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Well, it's life. What do you expect, you know? But I'm glad to see your face and hear your voice, man. And I loved talking with you tonight. I would love to have you back again sooner than later. It was an absolute blast.
Thanks for coming on.
I'll make sure I drink some more caffeine next time.
Oh, come on. Kirok is like 3 hours ahead of us, and he's doing okay.
Yep. I'm doing okay. Actually, last week it was where I was like, I couldn't keep my eyes open.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and we will catch you next time.
Bye for now.
Halloween!
Oh, yeah.
Happy Halloween.
Trick or treat.
Would you like to be a pepper too? That's a nice pair of eyes you got there, Yank. Oh my god, that is epic!
That is cool. I don't have any decorations. I went to look. All I have is this fake cigar.
We have corrupted him.